If you could be a sea creature, what would it be and why?
I think I'd be a sea turtle because sea turtles are slow, methodical, but they pretty much get the job done in that way. Yeah.
If I would be a sea creature, I would be a sea turtle. I would like to wander around the sea.
Ooh, if I could be any sea creature, I think it would have to be a sea otter. Just looks like a nice, relaxed lifestyle. So, apart from being hunted, Oceanwise is an ocean conservation organization. We have a mission to protect and restore the world's oceans, and we're tackling three major ocean conservation challenges: climate change, overfishing, and pollution. The Pollution Tracker program is the longest running coast-wide pollution monitoring program in Canada. It was established in 2015 to gather consistent and comparable pollution data along the BC coast.
The goals of Pollution Tracker are to collect data across time and space so that we can see trends happening over time and we see levels of contaminants either going up, down, or staying the same.
The Pollution Tracker program is the bedrock for environmental stewardship. It has allowed us to understand the health of the oceans off the BC coast.
My research focuses on assessing the toxic metals and sediments within the marine habitats of Chinook salmon and resident killer whales along the BC in Canada. So in my study, I used the pollution tracker data, and I used it specifically to identify areas where higher concentration of these toxic metals are. Toxic metals get into marine environment through different sources, such as industrial discharges, wastewater effluents, mining activities, urban runoff, and also transport through air from different parts of the world. In case of Chinook salmon, they can build up in tissues of Chinook salmon, so it will increase mortality and reduce reproduction and growth, which means that the food availability and quality of that Chinook salmon won't be there for resident killer whales.
The way Pollution Tracker works in practice is we sample sediment, which is the muddy part of the bottom of a marine environment, and then we put all that mud into jars and we ship them off to individual labs that analyze them, and then the data gets sent back to us. We process it and we create partner reports that are sent out to our individual partners up and down the coast. Without this Pollution Tracker data, you wouldn't be able to create this kind of research and look at the effects of these contaminants. There's a part where you're just collecting data, but there's also a part now where you're showing how does this contamination affect the marine life and the whole ecosystem.
In BC, we're fortunate to have iconic species like killer whales and Chinook salmon that depend on the health of the ecosystem to survive and thrive.
There's many other aspects of marine science which are more glamorous, but it's important job to have because that's really on which all marine conservation is based on.